Is there anything that you notice about voice that you'd like to share?
Oh, I could talk about voice all day long. And the first thing I'll say about voice is don't use yours all day long. There's something to be said for being concise and concentrated, saying it, and then zipping it. And one of the things that happens in virtual meetings often is we're missing the cues that we might get in a room. We can't see people around us shuffling their papers or zoning out or surreptitiously checking their phone under the table. And so we get oblivious and we just keep talking. It's almost always a bad idea. In fact, attention spans, if anything, are shorter in virtual meetings. So it's really important to put your key information up front, say it once, say it well, and then stop.
Well, suppose we're not saying it well. What might be going on having to do again with the voice since you're a radio personality?
I don't know what you mean.
Well, I mean, you have a very strong, clear, confident voice, and obviously you need to match that with strong, clear words, or it loses effectiveness. But I've noticed certain voice tendencies that show less confidence.
All right, so here's the first thing. To have a voice that sounds confident and strong, it has to do with how you hold your instrument. And if you think about your voice as sound produced by an instrument, how do you start with the instrument? So that's your body. So you start with your feet flat on the floor, your bottom in the chair, your spine straight up and down. And when I say feet on the floor, I mean both feet. So notice what happens, Tom, when I pick up one of my feet and wrap my leg around my other leg and I start to get hunched over, and you can hear the difference in my voice. It gets a little softer, a little thinner. And this is how a lot of people, and women in particular, have a tendency to do this, where we fold in on ourselves and we make our voice smaller than it needs to be. Instead, you want to hold your instrument with confidence. I'm grounded, I'm centered, my spine is straight, my shoulders are back and down, my head is straight up and down on top of my shoulders, and I am ready to pull the sound from down here in my core. We have a power center below the navel. Asians are very familiar with it. In Chinese, they call it dandian. In Japanese, it's hara. It's like a battery pack, right, in your belly, under your belly button. And we want to use that power to animate the voice. Now, obviously, the sound comes from vocal cords. It doesn't come from down here. But the energy needs to come from down here in order to have a voice that projects. And even though I'm sitting inches away from a microphone, I need that energy in my voice in order for my voice to sound strong to you coming out of your speaker or your earphone.